Richician.
Hey YouTube, Dark Richician 84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 58. And I'm back in front of the PC for the first time in 3 weeks. Well, there's quite a lot of questions to get through, so let's kick this off. The first 3 questions are from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. Have you and Emma thought about going to Buckingham Palace one day, especially now since our Royal Majesty has passed away and now we have a new king? Um, we haven't thought about it, but it's something we could still do. Um, Definitely to pay respects, although obviously it's not easy for us to get the time to do something like that. Um, uh, yeah, still in shock that she passed away. Yeah, rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth II. 2. What is your favourite thing Emma has cooked for you? I actually made Matt his hamburger pie. Ooh, that has seashell noodles and meat pasta sauce with cottage cheese. That sounds delicious. I want to try this. Um, Shredded mozzarella cheese and a little bit of chili powder layered like a lasagna. Wow. Um, that is his absolute favourite since hamburgers were his all-time favourite food. Hey, hamburgers are one of my favourite foods as well. I mean, I would definitely love to try this. Maybe you can comment the recipe in case me or Emma want to try this out. As for the favourite thing Emma cooked for me, well, she did do burgers on the night of our 8-month anniversary, which was fantastic. But I think my favourite thing has to be this pasta dish that she made on our date night while we were staying in that apartment. Um, like pasta, different kinds of cheese, and chopped up bits of chicken. Like, I can't remember what exactly it's called, but it was just amazing. It was one of the many highlights of that evening, as our date nights do. Um, 3. Have you guys seen the new Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey trailer? I think it's kind of hilarious that they made a horror movie out of a children's cartoon that Matt and I grew up with. We do plan on seeing it together, but we may end up doing more laughing than actually being scared, just due to it being Pooh and Piglet. No, I haven't seen it. But I think, but I do know of that movie. I might have seen like some pictures um, of the movie on other social media. I can't remember. But yeah, I agree. That is kind of hilarious and wild. Um, it, um, Maybe we'll see it. We were actually talking a lot about Disney films lately, and how some original versions of various stories were kind of dark, especially Pinocchio. Um, so at one point, we're gonna watch a few Disney movies together anyway. Um, Next questions are from Wyvern Watch. Hey, Clark. Um, the question's mainly for Emma, which is kind of awkward because she's not here right now. I'm not over there. But I'll answer them anyway. 1. Can we please have a profile of Emma's Melfi deck? Very excited to see that and how it works. Yeah, I think we will do a deck profile at some point. Like maybe you guys can give us some tips and advice on how to probably make it better. Um, it does run really well, but maybe there could be changes that can be done. Because like I'm not an expert on the deck. She uh, said herself she's doesn't have a clue about deck building, which is why I stepped in to help her. Um, so maybe anyone who's more familiar with the deck can help us out. Um, but we do know how to play it, at least. Uh, Two, with Emma being a new player, what is her favourite card so far and why? Well, here's the thing, she doesn't have one particular favourite. She has actually lots of favourites, mainly rabbit cards. She likes Rescue Rabbit, Blade Rabbit, and Vanilla. Um, I guess she thinks rabbits are one of the cutest animals ever out there, and Vanilla in particular has some nostalgic meaning for her. As I think she gave me a copy of Vanilla like back in 2012 or something, and yeah, it makes her think of me basically, and in turn it makes me think of her. Um, Another card um, she likes is Judgment Dragon, like purely because the artwork is amazing and it has an amazing effect, obviously. Like as Light Swan players and people who've encountered Light Swans know full well. um, and her favourite card, or like one of her favourite cards in her Melfi deck, is Joyous Melfi. I mean, that's the Xyz that she likes going into the most. Yeah, because it's uh, the strongest Melfi monster in terms of attack power. Looks cute as well. But she seems very fond of Poppy and Catty and Rabby as well. Um, oh, Now, I don't know if this is considered a favourite, but she also does like Eclipse Wyvern, and she said a few times how she disappointed that Eclipse Wyvern got banned, um, and asked why. Like, come to think of it, I don't remember exactly why Eclipse Wyvern got banned. I think it might have been because of God Dragons and Dragon Link and how they were ridiculously good in the meta back in 2019. Um, Along with the fact that at the same time Eclipse Wyvern was banned, Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms, I think it is, was unbanned as well. And I guess yeah, the two cards would have been too abusable with each other. I don't know. Um, like maybe someone can say the exact reason in the comments, but yeah, it is what it is. I have no idea whether or not Eclipse Wyvern would ever be unbanned. We'll have to see. Oh, oh yeah. Excuse me. Question three. Did Emma know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh before getting together with you? She, well, technically yes, because she did play back in 2012, but then stopped like um, some point before 2030, and obviously hadn't played the game in years. There's some things she does remember, other things not so much. So I basically just had to remind her and yeah, talk a lot about phases, rulings, um, and the different summoning mechanics, um, how certain monsters can be summoned. Um, yeah, that answers that. One other thing, can can we please have your up-to-date Crystal Beast profile? New structure coming soon. How will you change your list? Um, yeah, I will do an update on Crystal Beasts eventually. There's no plans to bring it back just yet, but I will by November at the latest. Because this month I want to focus more on playing protagonist decks, like my signature free decks, Magician Girls, Neospacians, Stardust Junk Utopia, Yuya, and Cyberse, and play them in different games throughout them. Um, hence why I nicknamed this month Set Protagonist. Maybe it'll carry on into October, I don't know. Um, of course, that being said, though, I was given a request to use my Arcana Knights um, in a game at game night tomorrow. Um, basically, in honor of uh, Queen. Um, I think that'll be the first game I'll do when I return to game night. Um, and then in October, I plan to play some spooky Halloween themed decks. Like more specifically, Summon Skull, Vampires, and because I haven't sold them just yet, Evil Heroes and Earthbound Immortals. Um, and then Crystal Beasts will be back in November along with my Speedroids. I can't remember if there was another deck I was going to bring back in November. Let's have a look. I did write this down. Oh yeah, my deck of cards. They'll be back in November as well. um, but of course, I will still pick up structure decks, try and update my Crystal Beast then, and add the support from Battles of Legend uh, in November. But this is kind of how I want to play my Crystal Beasts. Like, it was difficult trying to figure out which new cards to fit in. Um, and I don't even know if this is a good enough build. Maybe someone can help me out here, but so far um, got one copy of Protection, one copy of Awakening Crystal Ultimates, two copies of Bridge of the Heart, one Crystal Grace, two copies of Crystal Miracle, and one of the new fusion, Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. I mean, theoretically, one should be all I need, right? Maybe. Um, I don't know. But I'm still open to suggestions even now. Um, Next questions are from Gunga. Um, One, do you know the evil bee? It's a theme where reptiles evolve into dinosaurs and these uh, then into dragons. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'm very familiar with these. I mean, keep forgetting that they exist, to be honest. Um, and I remember them being quite annoying because Lagia exists. Um, I mean, I know, like in the early 2010s, um, I hated them and didn't like playing against them that much. But at least Lagia can only negate something once while it's on the field, because it has to detach both its materials. Uh, Stalker is kind of problematic as well for monster effect heavy decks. I don't really have any strong opinions on them now, since I've not played against them for years. I don't even remember when I last played against them. I feel like it was in 2012. Um, I don't remember facing them afterwards. Um, and two, when will you open a few tins of the gods? I was so happy to pull Dark Magician Girl in the first pack. Yeah, that was amazing. Like your tin opening, your pulls were fire. I couldn't get the words out there. Um, I plan to open a tin tomorrow. Um, um, First thing I'll do when I get to game night tomorrow night is buy a tin and then do an opening for that. Hopefully, I'll get as much of the new gold card support as possible, and maybe even a DP just for good measure. And the last few questions are from Weber's 5. One, opinion on the new Dark Magician Girl artwork from the tins. Oh, I love it. It's absolutely epic. Um, really, really nice. uh, Two, Noah suggested me trying Pure Gravekeepers as a deck. Is this a deck you'd be okay with me using against you, or is it a straight up no because Necro Valley? Well, in the words of Simon Cowell, it's a no from me. Like, I hate Gravekeepers. Like, I really don't like playing against them. And you're right, it is because Necro Valley exists, but also because of Hidden Temple and Imperial Tomb. Um, in fact, Gravekeepers were ranked 53rd in my list of 58 hated decks, which I did a six-part video series on. Um, um, and I'm pretty sure Gungnub asked me my opinions on Gravekeepers in a previous episode. Yeah, they're just so annoying to play against, simply because Necro Valley just doesn't let me have a graveyard, and I need a graveyard to be able to play more often than not. Hidden Temple's just infuriating because I don't like cards that shut down special summons, whereas Imperial Tomb is annoying because it negates anything and everything that's thrown at Gravekeepers. Um, I've not really had much experience with the newer ones that came out in Soul of the Duelist. Um, but even so, um, I really don't enjoy playing against them. Um, but like I said, Spy, Guard, and Curse are the only Gravekeepers that I do like. Because Curse has some uh, nostalgia, because it was a card I played in my random deck, like, well, when I was starting to play. Whereas Spy and Guard have been very helpful in my Dark Magician and generic spellcaster decks in the past. Um, but yeah, that's really all there is to say. Speaking of that 58 hated deck list, I know this is a bit off topic. There's two other decks that I forgot to add because I completely forgot about: Magical Musketeers and Trap Tricks. I hate Magical Musketeers because, well, their spells and traps are too disruptive, and because they can be activated from the hand, it's just impossible to see them coming, and it's harder to stop them. Especially since they don't usually get placed on the field, so I can't destroy them with back row removal. Whereas trap tricks I hate because, well, bottomless, Mamilio, and Reflesia exist. Simple as that. Um, the DDDs was also something I used to hate, but I'm not sure if I still do. Like the OTKs, and has some lockdown plays with Cursed Siegfried and King Kalyuga, as I said in my uh, original top 10 hated synchro list and my top 10 hated Xyz monster list. Um, but they did get hurt by Master Rule 4 and 5, and I've not had any issues with them since, so can't really say for sure. Um, I mean, if I did still hate them, then we'd have an I'd have an awkward number of 61 on the list. Um, but that doesn't mean there's more decks that I hate than decks that I actually like or don't have an opinion. Um, even though there's an excessive amount of decks in the game that I hate, there are more decks in the game that I do really like or just don't have an opinion of or don't have any interest in. As simple as that. Yeah, point is, I hate Gravekeepers a lot. Um, 3. Have you played Change of Heart in any of your decks since it got taken off the list? Because I haven't. Tried it in my side deck but never needed it. No, I haven't, but I do want to. I'd like to get a few extra copies, especially for my fish deck, because I need as many ways as possible to be able to get out Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth and use its effect. I don't know if I'll play it in anything else, but I would like the option to. Problem is, it's kind of hard to get, even the common version. Um, I, I mean, I did see one in a trade binder um, a few weeks ago, but the guy won't bloody trade it. Like just going back to the annoyance of people putting cards in their trade binders that aren't for trade. Like I said, that really pisses me off so much, and it's my biggest trading pet peeve. Um, I think I did pick a change of heart up though, and put it in my fish deck, um, or at least, um, yeah, I do have it on hand, but just haven't put it in yet. Yeah, here's my fish deck right now. Um, did I put it in the deck? Oh no, I didn't, but here it is. I picked up a copy for that at least. Yeah, that's the main deck. This um, change of heart in, and finally, 4. I know you wouldn't do this because you prefer the original, but if you were to play 3 different Dark Magician artworks in your deck, which 3 would you pick? Um, well, obviously, uh, my favourite artwork, the anime artwork, would be one of them. But others I would pick are the artwork from Dual Power and I think the Legend of Blue Eyes are most definitely. Um, the others are cool, but I think those are the ones I'd prefer. Um, and the tablet art one has just been reprinted so many times. Like it's just excessive. Um, there have been times where I even thought about doing that, and then um, just having my original Dark Magician as like the main Dark Magician. go for and bring out. I mean, it is anyway, but even so. And that's it for questions in this episode. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions. And if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon, UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Richician YouTube channel.